One of the topics that we fans like the most is the Megazords, and it is one of the most epic moments of each episode. When we see the Megazord destroying any villain is something that gets us excited, and we want to keep watching the next episode. We know that Megazords have many combinations and sometimes they change depending on the enemy. In this video we will see the best basic Megazords, and although we will talk a little bit about the combinations, I won't judge that part. To rate the Megazords I will only base my rating on their outward appearance, since it is difficult to measure the power of each one of them. In this video I will also include the Megazords from the movies. Even though they are not canon, I think we have enjoyed some of those Megazords. When you finish the video, leave in the comments your 7 favorite Megazords. Remember that this list is based on personal taste, so everyone may think differently, and that's why you should make your list in the comments. Let's start with number 7, the Jungle Fury Megazord, called the Jungle Pride Megazord, which looks pretty wild. This Megazord has a very light appearance, which makes it feel like it can have more agility than any other Megazord. That light appearance goes very much in line with what it does, as it is a very fast Megazord and is one of its best abilities. Because it is made up of feline animal spirits, this is why its agility helps it defeat its enemies. It is a Megazord that does not have many weapons and cannot fight at long distance, but in melee battles it is one of the best. His design is spectacular. He is slim and looks like a wild warrior coming from the jungle. His colors match very well, and the shape of his head is one of the best I've seen. His weak point, I think, may be the lack of weapons and power to defeat certain difficult enemies. At number 6, we have Turbo's Megazord, the Turbo Megazord, which is one of the heaviest on this list. Although the information that appears on the internet is very good, the height and weight information of the Megazords is sometimes a bit inconsistent. Still, according to the information on the internet, this Megazord weighs 7,500 tons and is 55 meters tall. I really like the construction of this Megazord, and the way they combine all the Zords is spectacular. Its colors combine very well, since, by using the white color and the silver color of the metal, everything works very well. I didn't like the cockpit in the series, but the cockpit they made in the movie looks excellent. It looks like the cockpit of a ship with a lot of power. Megazord number 5 is the Megazord from the 2017 movie. The first curious detail of this Megazord is that it has no name, it is simply called a Megazord. No matter what critiques we can make of this movie, I really like this Megazord, and I am going to give you several reasons. The construction of this Megazord is impressive, even though I don't like the Zords separately because I don't understand their shapes and they look like meaningless machines. Regardless of the fact that the separate Zords are like this, the combination of the Megazord looks excellent, and it really looks like a metal warrior that can take out any enemy. The shape of its body makes it look very agile. The colors match very well, and it has several details as if it has energy inside. The head of this Megazord looks like the helmet of a space warrior with a super armor that comes to wipe out all enemies. The only negative thing I can say about this Megazord is that the Rangers were all separated and were not together in one cockpit. Number 4 on this list is the Dino Charge Megazord, and I obviously don't have to say which season this Megazord is from. We know that this Megazord has many combinations, but I am going to concentrate only on its appearance no matter what the combination is, since its essence has always been the same. This Megazord, just by seeing it you know it is very powerful and that you are going to choose it for any battle against any villain. If at some point you are given a choice between all the Megazords without knowing anything about each of them and you can only go by their physical appearance, then it is very likely that you are going to choose this Megazord. Its huge limbs make you feel that you will be able to break anything and that no enemy will be able to defeat you. His legs look like you're going to be able to leap into space, and the dinosaur on his shoulders makes him look very menacing. I think the only negative part of this Megazord has always been its bright colors, as those colors make it look like a toy. In the number 3 spot I have to mention the classic Dino Megazord, and obviously the nostalgia got the better of me here. Although this is the oldest Megazord in the Power Rangers franchise, we could also see it in the special episode for the first time created in CGI. We know that in this new creation they changed him a bit as his waist looked bigger, but in my opinion, I think he just had a little surgery to be trendy in this era. Seriously speaking, the best thing about this Megazord is his head, as those horns make him look very menacing and he looks like a combination of several wild animals. Something I really like about this Megazord is that it has always been very agile despite having pretty big legs. I think the downside to this Megazord is its size, as it is one of the smallest in the entire franchise. In the number 2 position we have the Thunder Megazord. This is the Megazord from the second season of Mighty Morphin. In this ranking I didn't think about nostalgia since I was never a big fan of that second season. Here I just thought about everything that this wonderful Megazord has. The essence of this Megazord is supposed to be samurai-like, and that's all it casts when you see a battle of this super machine. The helmet of this Megazord is one of the best there is in the entire franchise, as it projects seriousness, strength, knowledge and menace. His design and color scheme was spot on, and the thing I like most is that he has his sword nearby. The only thing I can say bad about this Megazord is that the lion's head is in the wrong place. This is the most controversial place, as everyone has their favorite Megazord and mine is the Dino Fury Megazord. This Megazord truly looks like a warrior and does not look like a machine. I know that the essence of Megazords is that they are machines that look like a warrior, but I like it when a Megazord looks like a real warrior and you forget that it is a machine. This Megazord is very agile because of the shape of its structure, and because it is so thin this allows it to have a better movement in the fight. Its design is excellent, and its colors were very well proportioned since it does not look like a mixture of colors without sense. The combinations that can make this Megazord is impressive, but what I like the most is that it looks excellent in any of its combinations. This is something that always affects Megazords. Sometimes they look good in their basic form, but when they make some combination, it is a mess of colors and meaningless designs. This is something that does not happen with this Megazord, since in all its combinations it keeps looking better and better. If you liked any of these Megazords, like this video and subscribe for a new Power Rangers Megazord.